Greetings, everybody. Wow, I was a little late there on the audio cue. Sorry about that, but hey, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. It is Thursday, March 30. And so, yeah, we're almost done with March. Goodness. There's a lot going on today. Of course, we have this show, which will run a little bit longer than normal. We've got bonus time. And, well, then we have Mr. H's Hcast a little later on. And then, Comics Division. Got to check that out tonight. The Thursday Night Throwdown should be a lot of fun. I want to say that I had a great time doing a video with WDW Pro from That Park Place today. It's over on that YouTube channel, WDW Pro, talking specifically about the things at Disney, which will probably be a conversation we have during bonus time today. Also kind of want to talk about CNN and a few other things that are going to come up over the course of the first 6 minutes of the show. But before I do any of that and get the 6 minute underway, I want to say, hey, to each and every one of you out there, like O.C. Dobbins, of course. We've got Captain Fandom Nerd, Professor Haytien, and dropping a new video. Gotta love that. Keep your grind on. For those of you on Rumble, I've got the Union of Amateur Strategists checking in over there. And Jeff Pearson, great to see you, my friend. Josiah Robinson is here. Hail to you. The Red Ranger says, what kind of music did the Pilgrims like? Plymouth Rock. Well, there you go. I'm still trying to figure out a replacement for the entertainer for this part of the show, the sound check and shout out. I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. And as more people roll in the door, of course, Union of Amateur Strategists is a mod, a member, and also here on YouTube and Rumble simultaneously. I'm not sure who's watching on Twitter, but if you're out there, hi. I don't know how to do that. I have to say, that's the one place that Twitter falls down. We'll get into that after the show. Nearsighted Cyclops is in the house. Great to see you. There's Mr. Shirt. Greetings, sir. I hope you are doing well. Just another red shirt. And with that, I'll say this. One of our wrenches is missing today. If you were inclined, have a few prayers for our friend Darren Hughes. And that would be appreciated. I'm not going to elaborate on why. I imagine we'll see Darren back tomorrow. But never hurts to pray for people that are engaged in something. We've got, let's see, a few others like The Batcap and David Glenn. What's going on? Great to see you. Snorta Poopus Cuber, my favorite bear. There's Morgan King in the house. A few other folks rolling in the door. Let's see. Eric K., the master of mods, the mensch of wrenches. Can't wait to see you in Vegas, dude. I'm pretty stoked. Dragon Master 360 is here. Great to see you. We've got Indie Phantom. What's going on, Indie Phantom? It's been a bit. Maybe you've just been quiet in the chat, but it's good to see you, my friend. Try to pay attention to everybody that shows up every day. We've got Randall Orser in the house. There's Low Spec Linux Laptop. Thank you again for watching on both platforms. Let's see who else rolled in the door. We've had a few, like the very talented Andy Masterson. Great to see you, my friend. Who else popped in? DS4, what is up? And as a reminder, the Union of Amateur Strategists says bonus time. That's right. A few extra minutes in, let me tell you. And for those of you that are sending super chats, for those of you that are members and super stickers and all of those wonderful things, I just want to say thank you. Because right now, revenue from commercials, or excuse me, from ads that are run on YouTube, all very slim, if any. It's very bad. A lot of creators are experiencing that, so just FYI. Y Destroyer 3466V says, good morning, all. Yes, they should have explored that idea with the phase cloaking device. It's interesting how the episode started off today, but we'll talk about that probably on Mr. H's channel this afternoon or on other places. I'm not sure how many more people are finishing up season 3 of Picard, but there might be some. We can talk about that a little bit later on. We've got Spaceship Vampire here. There's Scott Cook, Rod Thunderheart, and of course John Cipolla. Oh my gosh, there's Channel Surf and Trap 3D. Great to see you. Oh my, we have to go. Goodness, I'm running late. Maestro Chi is here. There's Final Monkey as well. Catsith is in the house. So is Dylan C. The Common Nerd. What's going on, Jesse? Great to see you, bud. You should check out Jesse and his partner Diesel on that channel. It's fantastic. Gunner is here, of course. We've got Rob Altus in the house. There's Michael Gonzalez. Get your D&D tickets. That's going to be fun. M. Tax Shark, what is going on, my friend? Great to see you. Oh, we'll say hi to the rest of you when we get going. Kick! Okay, I lied. Fat Elvis! All right. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. 18 stories and all to squeeze into that 18 minutes, and we're going to try to do so, which means I have to talk quickly. However, today we have bonus time, so stick around after the credits because the show doesn't end there. It's funny, a lot of my shows don't end after the credits. Strange. Almost like there's an end credit scene. Speaking of an end credit scene, Netflix has ordered new anime series based on Scott Pilgrim. The original cast from the film is going to be asked to voice the original characters. I think that's going to be interesting. Will it be successful? Hard to say. Will it be reimagined? Sure, of course. We've got WBD. There you go. Warner Brothers Discovery handing David Zaslav a pretty decent paycheck for 2022, $39 million in all. I imagine he'll make even more next year. Why? Because he's turning the boat around and doing all the right things that entertain audiences. It's pretty stoked. We've got our good friend Jonathan Majors commercials that were put together by the Army being refashioned. In other words, they're removing him as the centerpiece. They have a lot of footage that will not reflect him nor his voice. They're just going to rework what they've got and go from there because they have the final four that they really wanted to cater to. You have Will Dungeons & Dragons dethrone John Wick 4 at the box office. That's funny as heck. Seriously, very amusing. I don't know how they can get past the idea that this film is only going to make an opening of $65 million worldwide. This projection might be optimistic. It may make much less. U.S. ticket sales and van sales and previews are not indicating that this is going to be a successful film. Guess what? I'm going to see it. I'm going to do a review of it, and I'm going to drop that review tomorrow. So if you want to see if you need to save your money, I will suffer that for you. Speaking of suffering things, Keanu Reeves gifted John Wick 4 stunt crew with t-shirts that listed the number of times that they died in the film. That's right. There are t-shirts of death. I was like, this is ingenious. And let me tell you, with the number of on-screen endings, that's a lot of names on a t-shirt. Let me tell you. Roku's laying off another 200 employees. I think this is round 3 of their layoffs. About 6% of the remaining workforce. They've done some pretty steep cuts. So 6%, 3%, something like that along the way. Hard to say where this ends for them. They really don't need a lot in support of what they do. Most of it's already built out, but I imagine this comes from the ad tech side of things and marketing and sales. Electronic Arts stealthily laid off 800 employees, 6% of their workforce. Have you guys noticing a trend here with this 6% thing? I am. You don't have to look that far to understand why. BBC is going to have to cut 1,000 hours of programming so that they can save about $500 million. Look, state television isn't profitable. Propaganda costs money. You've got potential writers' strike presenting a disruption that will, of course, help out the globalists because a lot of content's going to come from a lot of other places, primarily overseas in Canada. And every time that happens, a little less goes in the future into the pockets of Hollywood writers. So they need to watch what they're doing. There's a bologna sausage study out there that's always done by the same group at UCLA that's saying that there's less diversity in film. Well, in recent films, perhaps. Overrepresentation is a thing, though. CNN is telling everybody, just calm down. Don't worry. Yes, our ratings super suck, down 61% year over year, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to be fine. Used car prices are up across the country and in many other places as well. A lot of people missed an opportunity when the dip happened here. I don't think people want new cars. First of all, they're unreliable. And second, they will be able to be shut down by the government. You have an interesting story here, the lies revised. The economic growth for the previous quarter was 2.6, not 2.7%. These numbers are going to get worse as they revise downward continually. Stocks, for whatever reason, seem to be optimistic. I don't understand. We are on the cusp of something that is really going to be ugly. We've got Boeing's first astronaut flight. Well, they delayed it. Space is hard, folks, and Boeing has not been great at getting people to space. They can get some stuff to space, but people, not so much. Musk and other scientists say AI is a problem and we got to stop it. And we have to hit the pause button as soon as possible because of how corrupted the language models are that are currently being employed. And finally, China just continues to hack all of our government stuff. They just keep doing it. And it's state sponsored. It's China sponsoring these hackers to do that, paying them to do that. Why don't we just shut off the internet to China? Seems pretty easy to do. Anyway, I wish I found something fun to talk about, but that was it. There's 18 stories in all in 6 minutes. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And don't forget, we're going to bonus time. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day. Well, I want to say thanks once again to not only all the 70 some of you and however many are over on Rumble and how many are out there on Twitter for hanging out. I want to say special thanks to all these amazing human beings who are members of the channel. Keep your eyes peeled for the member stream. It is coming up. We're going to do that, get it out of the way, and just kind of hang out. That's always kind of a chill stream, about an hour to 90 minutes of just hanging out, rotating people through, and just a good time. And then hopefully this weekend we get a high roller stream because they're fun. Let's see. Look at all these great humans. Incredible. We're not going anywhere after the credits. Not going to say see ya. Not there anyway. And I'll rerun these at the very end of the stream, but we're going to have an end credit scene of our own. It's called bonus time. And it's coming up in just a few moments. Look at all those great folks. All right, here we go. Let's clean it up. And we drop the cleanup button in place. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. 64 of you remained into bonus time. For those of you who checked it out, thank you. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will consistently try to do bonus time. Can't promise every Tuesday and Thursday. The world and life sometimes conspires against me. But I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. And yeah, I know we didn't get the weird animal story, which yeah, I know, Professor Haitian. Yeah. We've got weird. Yeah, I'm sorry. There was a raccoon story I couldn't find again. I got to find that story. It's good. Maybe I'll have that for tomorrow. I'll redouble my efforts to find that one because I was laughing my butt off. Raccoons are insane. Oh my goodness. Where do we start? Let's start here. Let's start with the second to last story we were talking about. Let's start with this. This is unsurprising to me. There's a lot of reason why we should be worried about AI. Again, it's not because it's going to become conscious, right? There's not going to be a consciousness there. It won't ever realize something like that. What it will realize is that whatever language model it's programmed on, it's going to continue to spill inaccurate information. It will lie, and it does all the time. There's many examples shown all over Twitter of it being done. A lot of very smart people are saying we got to turn this thing off until we can, uncorrupt the language, and it needs to be a little bit more fettered. Unfettered AI is a real problem. But creating a speech barrier that's politically driven is not the solution. It just isn't. Let's see. The 60-minute daily starts now. That's right. What's up? There you go. Kremlon. Thank you, my friend. Kremlon actually just gifted one Culture Casino membership. Thank you for that, Kremlon. I try to figure out who got that one. I don't see it there. But usually it updates me and says, this person got it. If you are in search of a membership for this channel and you need to turn on, click on that little gift box that's at the top of the chat and set yourself up to accept that. That will help you. It'll be great. We've got Ryan here. Thank you, Ryan, for a 10 euro channel super chat. Thank you for that. I've heard speculation from various quarters that studios might have been using AI to generate scripts for years, and that's why scripts are universally tepid and flat. There have been writing assistants that have been in existence for quite some period of time, going back many years now. How do I know this? Because I played with them before. In fact, I was demonstrating early on in 2020 some of the tools that were out there that would help you write things like that over with Comics Division. And these are very rudimentary modeling, language model based things. So what you've heard is fairly accurate. How far back that goes, I've only been able to trace those kinds of language based model things back to about 2015, but I imagine they've been out there for a long time. I did have a family member, maybe still, that is has been dabbling in AI forever. So, professionally, sponsored by a university. So, whether or not they were writing scripts, sure. They've been writing news stories forever. I mean, the AP tells you down at the bottom of most sports stories that this was automatically generated content just based on the box scores. Not kidding. Look at it. I actually talked about it in one of the 6-minute dailies. So there you are. But yeah, very, very strange indeed. Cocaine raccoon. Yeah. Whew. Let me tell you. Armageddon. There you go. Raccoons should be domesticated, says Professor Haitian. I don't know, man. It's like a badger. That thing you wake up and you use a badger in your house. I think it could tear your face off. Just nuts. Hard to say. Let's see. AI will only be a tool. Yes, Mike, I hope that's the case, but right now it is a very, very bad tool. It needs help. Hey, Zaj Melody, good to see you. Grim, what's up? Says, I, for one, welcome our new AI overlords. There you go. Oh, wow. This is well said. Matt W says, AI is going to be the intelligence for homunculus. Yeah, I can see that. Not just that, it might make its own language. Well, we've already seen that. Remember, we had two AIs chatting with each other. It's pretty bonkers. Kremlon sends a member chat. Thank you for that, Kremlon. Stating 6-minute daily sponsored by Chat GPT. Oh, there you go. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, and this is absolutely correct. Cynthia Carter says, garbage in, garbage out. How tech works. It always is. You put garbage in. It's GIGO. We learned that. Gosh, I think I was in 4th grade when I learned about GIGO. I started computer programming in 5th grade. I was very fortunate that we had an actual computer lab at school, and I ended up with a home computer very, very early on, VIC-20, then a Commodore 64, and then beyond that, we went into Apples and PCs. So I learned a lot of different programming languages. I learned a lot of different tech and interacting with tech. But when it comes to AI, well, that's a pretty broad conversation, but you're 100% right. Garbage in, garbage out. When you put garbage in a language model and you restrict speech in a language model, you have a problem. And look, I mean, what you're doing is you're trying to instill an idea of emotional intelligence in this thing, which it doesn't possess. It's part of its goal, or any system's goal, is to reach a logical conclusion based on all information. So polluting it with an ideology gives you polluted results. Garbage in, garbage out. Have I heard anything about Beetlejuice 2? Not since its early announcement. I know that I should probably pay more attention to this. I'd have to look at some stuff, but no, I haven't heard anything that's moving it forward. I think Pinochet sent a super chat. Let's see if we can scroll down there. You guys are so funny in the chat. Look at all these people. The comments on the Adega. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Oh, that's right. Eliza for Radio Shack computers around 1980. That's right. And there's a lot of crazy crap going on. Pino, Shay's Helicopter Tours is here. He says for $5. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your support and your suggestion, and I'm working on. I can distinguish friends from enemies with how they fall on the AI debate. Enemies will always demand rushed-based AI gets implemented immediately. Yeah, you don't want that done fast. It's terrifying. Not just, and I don't care. There is going to be a human toll, and when I say that, I'm talking about in the marketplace, like for jobs and things, when AI gets put in place. Just same thing with the next generation of automation, which of course is the robots, right? The drone robots that are going to work in manufacturing facilities. But you still have to have the human factor around in a lot of different ways. Believe me, when a machine makes a mistake and it continues to make the mistake, if there's not a person there to correct it, you're going to get by default non-functional products at the end as the end result. You could have hundreds of thousands of them too before you even realize the problem. So that's not good. So you're going to need a level of QA, human people involved all along the processes. Is it going to cost jobs? Sure. Is that going to be a bad thing? Maybe not. We're watching population decline globally at an alarming rate. Automation might be the only way for older folks to survive in the future. So. Rob Alta says, culture making me feel Neanderthal. Well, I'm not trying to there, my good friend Rob Altus. I'm not. But I do love it. But yeah, I can't disagree with you. We do not want to rush this. We want to hit the pause button and figure that out. Yeah, the Trash 80. There you go. Tipping bar. Let's see. Internet. Well, you guys familiar with blue boxing? Maybe. Where I was on so many BBSs, dial-in and all that. I paid for a few services. I knew a lot of people that ran quote unquote wearers sites back in the day. All that stuff. Yeah. COBOL. Yeah. Oh man, Fortran. There are so many dead languages. I could not, for the life of me, do anything with that anymore. But it's very funny. Our salvation may be in the ability to go backwards and you repurpose some of these languages, perhaps. I don't know. But what's interesting now is ChatGPT will actually write scripts and bits of code for you. Yeah, there's COBOL was created for people who were confused by algebra. Yes. I'm looking forward to Asteroid City, new star-studded Wes Anderson film. Yeah, I heard something to that effect. We'll have to suss out the details there. Dempsey, what's going on, my friend? Kremlin, so many human tools already. Yes, I agree. That is hysterically funny, my friend. Oh man, yeah. Pinochet's been contributing in the background to a lot of different channels. I really appreciate that. Mentats, anyone? There you go. That's a cool reference to Fallout, right? Speaking of which, that's all well on its way. We should start seeing something about that soon. I'll start talking about it. The problem is it's coming to you from the same minds as Westworld to a certain extent. So, Justin, what is up, my friend? Justin does a show on Thursdays. This week in bologna sausage. And I, of course, am changing the words there, but Justin's always a lot of fun. Justin's probably one of the best talent scouts on YouTube. He really does find up and coming channels that he really does support. That probably doesn't get enough credit. Nice kid. Sudden population decline. Well, BlackRock's Aladdin system probably advised the board to push. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you right now. gosh, this may get me in trouble, but this is non-political. It's just a statement of fact. A lot of things that are being done on the social side of things is Maoist thinking. It's a direct replication of the culture, the cultural revolution. So it's just it's always utilized an element of human-based weakness, which is primarily in the biology department of sex and things like that. But it's true. Yeah, this is perfect, Griffin, indeed. If I may summarize, people fear technology, specifically AI, but technology's quality is only as good as the people who made it. In fact, that's the very reason why you should have more reticence to accept AI at this point, because again, the people developing it are quite corrupted. Blue balling indeed. Speaking of that, you guys, I think Drunk 3PO is getting ready to wrap up or is in demand. I don't know which for Achromatic Chronicles. So if you have not backed that and still have the opportunity to do so, you should. Jay's doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. We'll see. My kung fu is greater than yours. Well, I don't know about that. Look, it's Jim Watari. What's up? Good old Kobold. Yeah. And I'm a dinosaur, right? Well, the minute you start to admit that you were programming in ProDOS, people look at you like you're crazy. Magitech, Mags, greetings, dear. Just accept the Terminator is coming around the corner. I hope not. But all in all, there is speculation that our good friend Elon already has an army of robots ready to go, and we haven't seen any of what any of what's actually out there. What do you know, culture? I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. What's up, Matt G? Matt G. Isn't San Francisco ass turd city? Good gravy, you guys. Look at all these incredible cocaine mentats. Whoa, hey now. what were they used to combine them like in Fallout 4? You could combine your own recipe for your pharmaceutical usage. It was very, 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 very crazy. Somebody found the new emojis. I'm working on more, guys. But yeah, I put up some new emojis in the chat. I've got opportunity to drop like 20 more. I just got to figure out what they're going to be. But I thought bologna sausage would be the way to go. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2 says, curious the Restrict Act leaves out ham radio use. I'm not sure. It's already regulated to a certain extent, right? You have to have an operator's license. Maybe they've realized there's not enough bandwidth there to operate within. It's separately governed, and those licenses could be quote unquote taken away. The problem is at a certain point, people are just going to start reverting back to older technologies if things go sideways. It's probably not a bad idea to invest in some older stuff. Justin Proper says, we're going to be having guests. That's awesome. Do mentats eat Mentos? Don't know. Of course, you could also be referring to Dune, right? Anyway. Here we go. Indie Phantom says, I do believe in the reset MCU minus King theory. The time is now. Well, if you're interested, I recorded a video with WDW Pro. And while lengthy, because we always have a good time together, we covered a couple of subjects, one of them being the stuff going on, unfortunately, with Jonathan Majors. And again, I really wish everybody would afford him the same opportunity everyone should be afforded, which is innocent until proven guilty. Again, statements that have been made are made by the attorney. The attorney's paid by the client. The client is, of course, Majors. And Priya Chandri, I cannot say her. Chandri. Yes, Chandri. She's very talented. 30 or 40 years. She's been doing this a long time. Very well credentialed lawyer, won over 40 criminal cases. So she knows what she's doing. But I did find her strategy interesting. You rarely ever see attack the female This is a woman attorney attacking the woman, saying she was having an emotional issue. A lot of strange things out there. Already claims that the woman recanted. I don't know if anybody's seen any recantation paperwork. I know I haven't. I don't know what to make of some of these things. So there's that. Hey, Lisa, good to see you, dear. Yeah, the Fallout thing comes straight from Doom. Well, there you go. Yeah, like I said, I mean, there's that. By the way, Dune 2's coming. Yes. It's not gonna make some of the bigger festivals, but it will hit the festival circuit. So somebody will see it early and we'll get some early feedback. I'm actually tempted to find out where it's gonna go and see if I can somehow finagle a way to see it at a festival and just kind of elbow my way in, but we'll see. It would be nice to have a little early feel for that film. But I'm very excited. The first film I was not disappointed by. I think that they were disappointed by the box office, but obviously not dissuaded from making part 2. So there you are. JT Gunn, what is going on, my friend? Great to see you. Mexican Iron Man for $5 says, new show, Culture Casino Grooming, live stream with Culture trimming beard, nose, and ear hair to house music, dance beats. Fair enough. I can do that. Y'all are crazy, Mikey. Thanks for the $5 super chat, bud. It's a holiday in Cambodia. That's right, Toxic Dust 13. By the way, that's a song. Yeah, I actually was talking about Consolidated last night on Carrie Smith's Deprogram channel, talking about how the Consolidated was already calling out like fascistic things that were, on the horizon or already happened. Like, your body is not yours, it belongs to the state, stuff like that. Very interesting. Of course, they didn't realize that they were kind of predicting what was going to end up happening, nor to what extent. Consolidated, for whatever reason, they had a different opinion politically of what that phrase was about, but the globalists don't care. Anyway. Magitech Mags, thank you for the super chat. Says the Senate just voted on ending the national emergency. Really? Thank you for the $5 super chat, Mags. In what way did they vote? Is the question. And will that silly guy, abide by it? We'll see. Double back again. Sorry about the notification not working. Extra culture. Fortran. That's right. Well, let me tell you, it was really helpful to have a background in a lot of those business languages, those business programming languages, when we were coming up on Y2K. Because a lot of business software was not going to function well when we were adding additional digitry. So yeah, a lot of code got rewritten back then. I'm sure a lot of people have better stories about it than I do. Shrap 3D. Trust me, you don't want me multiplying. Like, what, if you get wet, you like shoot a bunch of gizmos out of your back or something? Just kidding. What's up, Dark Shadow Logan? Great to see you. Griffin says, I'm not afraid. I work with a fair amount of AI right now. I agree that they're not monitored like they should be. But what's really scary, most of the AIs are as lazy as their programmers. Holy cow. I believe that. Griffin, and I'm not trying to be hysterically, concerned about them. I am just concerned about them. Especially these quote unquote chat bots. I mean, you can't ignore the fact that they're weighted in a specific way. They're very anti-freedom. And this is a good statement, 11 Alpha. It's not technology. That's, the problem is the advancement of knowledge outpaces the advancement in wisdom. Yes. As the old adage goes, we constantly ask, can we, but rarely should we. Yeah. And that's been repeated in some of the best sci-fi you've ever seen in your life. It's good. Bologna sausage. That's right. We've got the new go time emoji out there. The Thing. Yes, The Thing. Not wrong. Yes, I made some new ones. Yeah. Look at you guys playing with them. I love it. You guys are great. You're great. Yep. Snorty, the Senate ended it. Thank you for that, Max, and the update. Appreciate it. Waiting for the prez to sign. Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll see what Clown World guy does. Probably. Look, I mean, we could go down a list of the most corrupt executives in the executive branch in the history of this country. In my opinion, the current occupant is the most corrupt person ever. And that's saying a lot. Hey there, B5 guy. Great to see ya. Pino Shay's helicopter tours for $2 is regulated, yes, but impossible for FCC to find pirates. True. What was that great film? Turn It Up, right? With the pirate radio station. Is that right? Can't remember the title of the film. I think that's right. Really old. Talk about rebellion. Back then, we had rebellion. Now, not so much. Everybody's like, oh no, go with the flow. Yeah, we don't have punk rock. No. Rage Against the Machine. Rage for the Machine. D. Snyder. You guys are a bunch of posers. Oh, I almost cursed. I did curse. Sorry, guys. I don't do that. Yeah, WDW Pro is on fire right now. Indeed. I'm telling you that. It's a 40-minute video he and I put together, but it is well worth it. It's dense. It's information. The way he presents things gives an opportunity to somebody like me to spill my opinions. I really do believe he's probably one of the most sound thinkers out there, and just a high quality journalist, full of enormous amounts of integrity. So can't say enough nice things about Pro. This is Lisa. What's up, Lisa? The weatherman is here. All right, so we went a little bit on the Chat GPT and the AI stuff and everything else. And I'm not. You guys already know how much the government lies to you. I don't need to cover that. The lovely Sherry, greetings, dear. Great to see you, hon. And I saw the lovely Southern Belle. That's right. The increasingly misnamed 6-minute daily show. That's what this is. But welcome. There's the amazing OC Dobbins. I feel so bad. There's so many people that watch us, well, me here, and of course us over on the Night's Edge in the Morning and Mr. H on the HCast and all these other places that I appear that work in the industry. And I feel really bad. I just that they're headed into an 07, 08 thing again, and it's uncool when it comes to the writers' strike, and it may not be the only one in the entertainment. You might have a Directors Guild strike. You may have 3 Hollywood guilds, 3 of the majors, the 3 major guilds, all going on strike this year at different times. So, sorry, I'm playing catch up on the chat, guys. I apologize. Well, that's not 100, 6832. What does that tell you? Oh, by the way, there's 3 or 4 people that probably didn't actually. Well, it doesn't matter. What I want to say is this: all of them should be saying we're done. But again, you highlight the 32 people that are clearly authoritarian. Make their names known. Point it out. Those are authoritarians. By the way, Crimlon gifted another Culture Casino membership. Thank you, Crimlon. That means Dempsey, the drunken poet, is now a channel member. Thank you for that. Look at you guys with that stuff. I'm scrolling. DC was quite animated last night on Pop Culture Breakdown, and Cameron Pasha was informative. I didn't get a chance to check it out. I had to bounce between people's anniversary streams. By the way, Carrie Smith, 1 year of deprogrammed. Congratulations to her. Shagsworth celebrated his anniversary as well. He's doing very, very well. What a nice guy. Great dude. Love him. Yeah, he's an honorary Dick's Division guy, if not an actual one. Hard to say. That's not my decision to make. Here we go. Grimdark says, from the official GPT-4 website, GPT is 82% less likely to respond to requests for disallowed content. There you go. And 40% more likely to produce factual responses. Also, there you go. They already know it's trash. What's up, Cash? Oh, yes, pump up the volume. That's what it was. Thank you, Indie Phantom. I knew somebody would remember the title. And Rod, yes, my friend, you're 100% right. Politics are, at their very root, very dirty. Weatherman, fire. Yeah, I don't remember this film, Read by Nature, The Boat That Rocked. I don't remember. It was probably what, from like somebody's sailboat in a harbor or something, broadcasting offshore. Who knows? Maybe. Can't remember. Can't remember. Most of all, TV and movies are garbage. Can't lie on that. I am on Rumble Live. Hi, just the tip, which Jim Watari. Thanks for being here, Jim Watari, on both the Tube and Rumble. Appreciate that. Fetterman isn't present to vote. Arguments being isn't present, maybe. I'm not going to feed into any speculation around that, but it's been suggested. Let's just put it that way. There are probably many others that worked. Really bothers me. What I don't like, because I'm not commenting on any of these things. You know, I will not be embroiled in any kind of drama. I think it's unproductive. Ultimately, I look at the world a little differently than some people, because I'm looking at it like, to what end is this going to help any of us delineate our issues with entertainment, in a political sphere, et cetera, et cetera? That's not going after each other for petty perceptions. Petty perceptions is not. It's not productive. There's no winner at the end of the day. I pretty much have enjoyed wonderful relationships with everybody I've streamed with. I don't think there are any exceptions to that. So what does it benefit me? What does it benefit anybody for me to go after somebody else in any way? Can I call out an opinion that I don't agree with? Sure. I mean, Brahma Bill was, a silly guy that didn't enjoy John Wick 4. It's fine. We joke about it. You should see it. It's fun. But yeah, there's no benefit to it. And since I didn't run any clips for super chats, let me do this real quick. Here we go. There. Little hairbrush. I know Lisa likes that. Do I have any clips loaded up on this? Oh, I do. That's right. You know what? Let's just run one, because I screwed up. You probably didn't. You didn't want that one. No, what was let me do this. Let me give you this one, because
oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Fade out. Well, we'll see. She doesn't. I don't think she's going to have a long history left at Disney. Not just because of her advanced age. I think that there is probably a lot of there's probably some incendiary devices near the smoke that's out there right now about Kathleen Kennedy's presence at Lucasfilm. So we'll have to see. Let's see. Everybody's reacting to the KK piece. That is from Floral from Under a Rock. I asked him if he had time to put together a few clips, and he did. So it's very kind. And you know what? Perhaps I think that it's been long rumored and confirmed by certain parties outside of public spaces that it was her intention, is to retire on a high note with Indy 5. I don't think that note's going to be very high, to be fair, but what do I know? So I think Indy 5 is going to bomb very hard. just like D&D is. Honor Among Thieves, I promise. I will go and see that so you don't have to. And if it's good, I will tell you. I have been going into these films, all of them, with as open a mind as possible, despite a lot of knowledge going in. I don't know how much over 600 million it'll get. I think the highest it could reach is somewhere around 710. I just can't. I had a conversation with Tom behind the scenes. He and I don't expect that thing to do very well. You guys are funny. Thanks for taking it for the team. You bet. And I do try to take the arrows, guys, for what it's worth. But let's talk CNN, shall we? What do you guys think? Oh, wow, we're getting projections here. Kremlin's like, 500 million. Woo-hoo-hoo, that would be a bullet. Let me tell you why. Right now, they're only willing to admit a $300 million budget. They've spent $360 million minimum on this film. The production delays alone, taking 6 to 8 months off, et cetera, cost them dearly. There have been test screenings of the film. It's not going very well. I would this surprise me? No. No. Shrap 3D, thanks for being here. Appreciate your support, my friend. Let's do this. I'm making you cry. I'm trying not to. Michael Gonzalez, I'm trying not to. But what I'm going to do is I need to get into the CNN story. I've teased this for a couple of days. I was going to do a video on it. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to have an editor again. But let's jump into this. So CNN preaches patience. And for those of you joining on Rumble, thank you, OC Dobbins. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. And I do appreciate that your guys that are on mobile devices are dropping those little things on the screen, the little emojis that float. It's really cool. I like that. Will I see D&D this afternoon? Yes. I've already got a preview showing I'm going to. I'll be there. I'll be headed there right after HCast, if not like right at the end of HCast today over on Mr. H Reviews channel. So yeah, so hopefully I will have been through the film, suffered it, have enough time to shoot a review real quick, and then do Thursday Night Throwdown, or after Thursday Night Throwdown, I'll record my review. We'll see. But yes, I will be seeing it Southern Bell for $2. Thank you for the super chat, dear. But yeah, CNN preaches patience as ratings tank during turnaround. 61% fall off year over year in March. I mean, PMS NBC is beating them. That's not good. It's not good. You can't be successful like that. You can't. It just and again, I mean, maybe Chris Licht was expecting this to happen. I mean, that's possible. Maybe he was. I'm trying to embiggen this for everybody. Embiggen. There we go. But I just don't. This is a good thing. That's going to be my new favorite thing. I know that Gary likes to use it too, but I think that may be my next big fun thing. Is that and that's a good thing. And I think I'm gonna start using that more and more. All I know is this: when this was posted a couple hours ago, you have a 61% dip in prime time. You cannot do that. Of course, all the news channels are down. That's what they're trying to say. Well, Fox News was down 27%. PMSNBC was off 12%. But guess who's on top still? Fox News. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons. News became very political. And again, it's all part of the wedge issue strategy. Networks looked at who they could appeal to, and that's who they went to appeal to. They had no interest in appealing broadly or for even telling the truth, for that matter. Just instead of presenting facts, they present a narrative around the facts that are selectively chosen, or sometimes just their version of truth. I'm not making this up. It's been stated by them that that's kind of the way that they went. So there you are. So Fox averaged 2.09 million viewers in prime time in March. PMSNBC 1.14 and CNN 473,000. It's not good. It's terrible. I mean, Tim Pool pulls more people than that. I mean, you look at the live shows for Crowder on Rumble, for goodness sake. And hi, Rumble. Thank you for being here. But look at that. You know, and I understand the move to Rumble now. I see you're going to see an exodus. I'm sorry to say. And while channels will still remain here on YouTube, right? You're going to see an exodus of people leaving for Rumble, especially when you can be hit for factual information given out by the government. You can cite CDC numbers and studies and everything else, and channels have been hit for things. So in the key demo, mind you, the 25 to 54 age demographic, CNN is seeing its lowest numbers in decades. Now, let me tell you, CNN was, like every news channel should be, something there on cable, something there as an aside, something to tune into when major events happen. The problem is that once we started into the never-ending war cycle, CNN made its money and its bones off of that. The salaciousness of it all, the grandiose nature of things. And they had to continue to make that a 24-hour thing. Now, when it first started out, much like, and again, I've done a video on this. I'll probably do another one here in the near future. But when CNN first started out, it was basically the same thing that ESPN was when it started out. The same 8 to 10 stories repeated throughout the day through a cycle. That was the news cycle. Sometimes you would drop a story and bring a new one up because something broke. Same stories. And the talking heads would just present the same news. In fact, there was a point in time when you just basically could do a newscast, step away from your desk, have lunch, whatever, come back and, give a new update an hour later, because otherwise you just were recycling these same 10 stories, the same 10 presentations. ESPN did the same thing. They would rerun the 3-hour Sports Center 3 times in the middle of the night. You could watch back in the day when there were talented people at ESPN, you could watch that same presentation multiple times. And it's what made some of these people famous, including that Olbermann douche guy. CNN had largely the same model, same group of people. But once they started the never-ending war, CNN started to expand. Holy cow, my good friend, Tender Warrior 68 just gifted 20. Good gravy. Culture Casino memberships. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Wow, that is incredibly generous. I truly appreciate that. And so do all the new recipients of said subscriptions. My goodness. Thank you. Thank you so very much. You guys are amazing. Wow. Wow, Tenderware. Unbelievable. Thank you for that generosity. I'm scrolling through the chat, guys. I apologize. I'm trying to see if it tells me who got them. Here we go. My goodness, there, Tender Warrior. That is so great. Lisa got, Lisa said that's not Lisa. Rebel Dragon was gifted a membership. So was Ijaj Melody. Horny Alf was as well. Inverse Opinion. Rogue Thinker, Phantom Feet. Interesting. Theliato. Awesome One. D. John. One Man Show. Floral from Under a Rock. My goodness. Justin B. Atwood and George Bonnie 90. Grifter was given a membership, as was VK and Real Wade Nation. Commander Phil and Dak in Black. My goodness, you guys. My goodness. Thank you so very much. You guys are incredible. Wow. I think I also have a super that I need to get to as well. Let me jump down there. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Crowder had 160,000 plus today, says Mad W. Yeah, I mean, just look at what's happening. And that's live views, right? On the replay, the guy's getting 2 million. You think you're getting 2 million things on a PMS NBC News report or CNN? And CNN is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. There was part of the deal here that Zaslav wanted them to pivot back to the center and tell actual fact-based news. They haven't really done it. And now they've created a real problem because they're appealing to nearly no one. Speaking of that, super chat from our good friend Bamagrad. For $5. And so it's so great to see you, my friend. I hope I get to see you here in the very near future at another meetup. Hail Culture, glad to see you busy and healthy. I can't even keep up now. Any big plans for Easter with the boss? Well, yeah. We've got dinners coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's almost always food when it comes to a holiday, and just the opportunity to get together with family and friends. And the more often you can do that, the more blessed you are. Having people in your life that you can feel very close to and share those types of moments with. It's difficult to replace. That's why it's amazing to watch a group of people come together in the fellowship that feels very much like family at times. I don't know if I'm relaying that properly, but like I said earlier, I've yet to stream or meet people that I haven't just immediately been like, this is a lifelong friend. This is a wonderful person. Been very blessed. I will say that. So maybe that's a form of privilege. Woo! I hate that word now, but it is unique. And I am very thankful for it. I'm thankful for all of you out there in the audience. I want you to take care, sir. You are a treasure and a wonderful person. And like I said, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you again. Cynthia says, dang, out of 350 million of us, even Fox numbers are tiny. Does no one watch broadcast anymore? Well, that's the problem. Nobody is. They've moved away, and it's for no other reason than people are now selecting the things they want to watch. And you're going to see this become even more and more strictly exchanged. What I don't want for the future of YouTube is for it to become just cat videos and, Lego stuff and things like that in the future. I want it to be broader than that. I really, really do. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what comes about for YouTube. I think Rumble's very much the future, and I think a lot of other people would agree with that. I was just asked for something, and I can't find the memo. Eric K., if you're still here, can you drop the dates for Vegas, please? Because Scott Cook in a member chat asked me when that is, and it's coming up. It's end of April, if I'm accurate. Yeah. David Glenn, Brie Larson's feet get more views than CNN. Pino Shays Helicopter Tours for $2 says low YT ad revenues best time to switch to Rumble. That's there's no lie there, no lie detected. And if you want, if for creators a stable income is created out of channel memberships, it's very beneficial. Rumble right now has a deal. If you become a member, or whatever they call it over there, and you contribute monthly to a particular channel, that revenue is 100% goes to the creator through the end of this year. It's basically a way to subsidize bringing creators from one platform to another, at least in support of their new efforts. They're the only ones doing that. It's very strange. We'll see what happens with that. But that's an excellent spend of $2. Thank you for that, Pinochet. But yeah, I look at it and I'm going, CNN's toast. The biggest programming move to date is the revamp of CNN this morning, and it has been a giant trash fire. Giant. It had bad ratings from the very beginning. It has terrible publicity, largely on the back of the certain particular affiliations decrying of Don Lemon saying certain things that they find rather offensive. Chris Licht is not a dumb person. He's well renowned for creating morning shows on news channels. That's how he got the gig over with Colbert. But we'll have to see what's happening. You're going to see more changes at CNN. They talk about them here. I've talked about them for a while, but we'll have to see what happens with it. I don't know. I guess they're trying to bring in more people to try to stop the bleeding per se. I don't think any of these news channels are viable outside of Fox. And once you drop below 2 million views, you're not viable. Oh my goodness, it's Terry Rose. Great to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. CNN started with good intentions. Well, it was an interesting idea put together by Ted Turner. Let's just say that. Headline news was an interesting idea. It worked very well. 30-minute cycle, 30-minute news cycle, same stories, evolving at the same time with CNN, and the occasional special event. It's crazy. This is an interesting statement. You're right, Michael Gonzalez. It's not new. The cycle's way faster now. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, it's because, again, with an interconnected world, or the perception of it, we have access to more information faster. News wires are less reliable. Now they're, of course, infested with ideologues. And that's another problem. Reuters, AP. AP can't find facts 50% of the time now. Everything they write is a narrative. It's framed. It's yellow journalism is what we used to call it in the old days. So, man, I'm old. CNN is a perpetual tax write-off scheme. Change me some mind. I think you're right. Speaking of a perpetual write-off scheme, whoa! Did you see the first story OMG covered? The new O'Keefe Media Group. Spicy. That lady quit the next day, right? They went to get comment from her. She quit. She resigned. Maryland one did anyway. We're going to have to see what happens. That's going to be bad. It's really going to put a dent in vote blue no matter who. At least as far as their money laundering scheme goes. What's up, bud? Great to see you. Time Profit. I like cat videos. Yeah, I wasn't decrying them. I'm not attacking cat videos, guys. I'm just saying I don't want that shouldn't be what all that YouTube is, though. That's right. Thank you for that, Brahma. Yeah, it's the 26th. Yeah. I knew it was the last period of April there. So deleted scenes is catching up quickly. Good to see you with that. Wow, I'm way behind on the chat, guys. Apologize. Pinochet's helicopter tours says Ted Turner also gave us the Georgia Guidestones, indeed, which were destroyed, which had a lot of this very strange ideology on it that they're really trying to create in this world. I don't want to be a serf, kids. I'm not going to serve anybody else. Liberty is about service to oneself, one's family. The ability to do all within the structure of freedom. Ted Turner's not a good guy. Jane Fonda is not a good person. Jane Fonda actually should never find work again. And anytime she does, everything, we should all be calling out just how exactly as much of a trash fire that chick is as a person. Hanoi Jane went straight Hanoi Jane last week, and it got not the kind of coverage it deserved. Of course, I guess a PR secretary in Arizona for the installed governor in that state, had to resign because of their ideas around an event that took place in Nashville, Tennessee. And I hate to be so hard to decipher here, but you never know what you're going to be attacked for on YouTube. So for those of you on Rumble, you already know what I'm talking about. And for those of you here, you probably know what I'm talking about. And on Twitter, hi. Don't know who's watching. Both Jane and Peter Fonda. God, I did blah, blah, blah. Peter Fonda are trash fires. Well said, Joseph Dredd. Not a big fan. Annoyed Jane is evil indeed. It is what it is. A lot of people are down thumbs. That's right. Let's see. The layoffs things, just it's a series of stories we can certainly talk about. The writing's been on the wall for a long time that the economy is not good. I mean, the best economy. This is the biggest lie I think I've ever heard. Build back bologna sausage. Was the biggest lie you ever heard. That's, does it surprise anybody that you haven't heard anything about this? Electronic Arts laying off 800 employees. And mind you, notice that it's always the 6% of the workforce, which means 6% of the workforce is either a make work job or adds no value to what you're doing. You would want to cut the fewest possible amount of employees in production of things. Holy cow, Mike Berlin passed away from Infocom, the text adventure fame. Wow, thank you for that, Jeff Pearson. That was over on Rumble. My goodness, did not see that either. No update rolled through my screen. Common Nerd, you can't use your channel name on Rumble, huh? That's weird. Should reach out to somebody in support. Lucius Janius Brutus. Communist Clown Network. Indeed, my friend, over on Rumble. Sorry about that. I didn't see the Rumble chat update. EA Games used to be in Scotland. They're in a lot of different places, studios around the world. Good to see you, Hemorrhoid Hurts. But yeah, look, this is happening everywhere. Tech companies in particular. Lots of game studios are going to take a hit. Blizzard, Activision, we'll have to see that and where it goes. And did I miss something? I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through. I think I caught up. All right. But EA is not the only one doing this, but all the tech companies are. I mean, you got Meta cutting back. Obviously, Twitter was like an interesting study in what you can do and still be productive and moving forward. You get rid of 7,500 employees, get rid of most of your staff, operate on 20% of what you used to. If you can run a company with 80% less people or 20% of the people you used to employ, it's pretty outstanding. And it says a lot for those all those other employees. I mean, think about it. The retired government payroll took a hit right there, Sorry, bad joke, but it's true. Well, EA, this was very quietly done. 800 employees. What's fascinating to me is that most companies don't evaluate their employment strategies going in. Oftentimes, positions are created because there's an imbalance in workload somewhere in the chain. And people are working outside of or not within their particular job description. Any business consultancy back when they were valuable that used to come in from the outside and tell companies, how to improve their operations. Oftentimes would just tell them, hey, you have 18 too many employees. those 18 people either need to find a better way to do a different job or they need to be eliminated. You have the right number of employees overall to operate your company. They're just not fulfilling the items that are in their job description, or they're doing things that are outside of their job description. And if you want to keep those 18 employees, you assign them the roles of the people that are doing more than their job description. Some of this is going to, shift the employee mindset as well. You're seeing that movement, the quiet quitting, or the act your wage. The actual wage issue is probably more something to consider if you're trying to fight back against an unfair employer. And there are some. I mean, I'm not going to say that all employers are wonderful. They certainly are, but there's that. So, but you lost those at EA, and of course, I'm going to continually be, unfortunately, doing the death march for a lot of these jobs. I mean, Roku, one of my favorite companies, they're laying off 200 more employees. This is like, I think, round 3, so 6% of their workforce. Again, this is a common number. Disney, 6%. Meta, 6%. Pay attention. There's a reason. I think I think there may be a special show over on Mephisto's channel today. I think. Cole Skinner, I guess is how the earnings Rumble report will go today. Well, I think it's going to go very, very well. I think they're going to do quite well. I think investing in talent, exclusive deals, and things like that is a wonderful way to build your business. I am very interested in seeing what it is. I'm very interested in Monday's annual shareholder meeting for Disney as well. But no, I'll be keeping tabs on this, Brahma. We'll probably talk about it a little tonight, I would imagine. Thank you for the story, Jeff Pearson. Let's see. Yeah, we've got great wrenches over here, indeed. I haven't seen Paulie recently, Latino Slant. I hope he's okay. He hasn't even shown up in my notifications. Very strange. Culture scene. If you wore a black T-shirt, you could pretend to be Holly off Red Dwarf with the floating head. Hey, I've done that before. I think for Halloween. I might do it again. I might be just a floating head. We'll see. I think that would freak people out, though. And this is very true, Lisa. That's 100% right. Some companies are still profitable, and layoffs just shore up reserves for incoming earnings drop. Indeed, and that's not a bad business strategy, but it is very, very odd. Don't forget to click accept on the membership gifts. That's right. Please do that. Thank you for that, Union of Amateur Strategists. Investing in talent being key. Indeed. And I think that's, it's like I said, I'm very intrigued to see what Rumble reports, but it's going to be in the right direction. So, hey, it's one man show. By the way, one man show. You now have a Culture Casino membership, courtesy of Tender Warrior 68. And once again, thank you for that incredible generosity, my friend. Yeah, this is another problem. You become management heavy. It's called being top heavy. A lot of companies do that. They want to create value and opportunity in their company, and they end up with an extraordinary number of EVPs that do jack all. I've watched that multiple times. Corporate engagement. Very, very, very bad. By the way, the reporting structure is bonkers. It's the other problem with doing that. Sometimes there just isn't a path to go higher. You can make more money. There's no room for higher. There really only needs to be one person delegating these jobs. That's just very strange. You know what? I was one of Paulie's first members, like in the top 20. And then I disappeared. And then I resubbed. Then I was booted off again. I will double check Read by Nature. That's a good idea. That's bonkers, though. I'm a member of his channel. I pay the guy money. Anyway. Do you think Disney's shady backdoor deals on Reedy Creek will fail when they get sued, I think they're in big trouble. And here's the thing, just dissolve the districts. If you're going to play fun and games with us, we'll just dissolve the districts and any authority that they have or had, and then audit them. In fact, I'd audit them now. I don't think that stands. That's gonna. I don't think it's gonna hold any water. I think Legal Mindset did a video on this already, and I think it was referenced by WDW Pro. So if you're looking for that, check that out. Yeah. Theliato says, "What I call it is more first hunters than chiefs or Indians." Yeah, I think that employee-owned companies primarily are a good path forward for a lot of corporations. Argument be damned. It's if you're looking for equity, that's the way to go. So. Yeah, people are paying attention to Oracle. For some reason, they have Oracle Cloud to compete with, and just spent $29 billion on a new center. Lots of government contracts. Yeah, Oracle is positioning itself to strip away market share from their competitors like AWS, et cetera, et cetera. So, but we'll see. Yeah, purge the bloat is correct. That's correct. Today's member stream coming up shortly after bonus time, which unfortunately we have to wrap up here in the next couple of moments. But the financial sector is very much manipulating things. Lisa's pointing out in the chat. I can't really go into that deeply. But it's not easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it would be nicer being red or yellow or gold or something much more colorful like that. Sorry. That almost hit me. All these green nicknames. I'm jelly. Sorry, Death Angel Shadow. Had you been in here, you would have gotten one of those. David Glenn is over on Rumble. Great to see you over here, my friend. And of course, we've got Red Terror 1978. One of my favorite YouTubers says he won't go to the Rumble echo chamber. I don't really understand that. This is an open platform. It is. I can't believe sometimes I make it on the front page, guys. Brahma's bourbon and boarding stream that he does with 70s makes it on the front page. Lots of great things over there. Spaceship Vampire, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's do a member stream right after this one. Sounds good. I'll post that up in just a couple of moments. I think that's a good suggestion by one of my mods. And it puts me in front of anything else that's going to happen. So if you are a channel member, and there's many of you, hi-ho, there's many of you out there, oh boy, that are going to want to hang out. And we're just going to shoot the breeze. We'll do it in a private area. I'll put it together. It'll take me a couple of minutes. For those of you who stuck around that are not members, I thank you. And for those of you members, pay attention to the community tab on the channel. I will see you hopefully there shortly. And I'm going to end the stream the same way I always do. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, here's the credits. I have to add a lot of names here. And I want to say thank you to Tender Warrior and Crimlon and many other folks who gifted subs today. You guys are great. So seriously, it's a very stable form of income for creators, and it's much appreciated. I actually have a couple of ideas for a little behind the scenes stuff too for members. I'm not sure you're interested in the mess that my desk is on the regular, all the notes and the pads of paper and everything else that I keep. But so we'll get to the member stream in just a little bit. I can only do that one for, double check, an hour. So we'll get that set up straight away. Captain Phantom Nerd gifts another 5 memberships. Thank you, Captain Phantom Nerd. 5 people, including Dalu, Spartan, Colby Kaloon, Stephanie Janisek, and a few others. Thank you so very much, everybody. And Death Angel Shadow, thanks for becoming a member. I hope you have a great day, everybody. See ya!